thought of children homeless and out on the street is a huge heart tugger.
It really is. It's heartbreaking. But the Spare Some Change organization is on a mission to help those kids. And with us is Michelle Kaufer to join us. Why are you involved with homelessness, Michelle?
Oh my goodness. Okay, so it's kind of, I'll give you the short version of the backstory. I met a guy named Michael Leone, who's a writer-director, and at the time he had written a play about homeless youth, and when I read it, I was shocked because I had no idea that almost 2 million kids are on the streets.
Wow.
So we produced that play. It was called The Playground, and we produced that play every year for 6 years here in LA.
Wow.
And during the process, we would work with other organizations, and when Michael was really emphatic about having real homeless kids come in, because it was all based on true stories, but he wanted to make sure that he was being authentic to their stories, and so we always brought kids in to see the show. And 2 girls had come to one particular show. One was 16 years old, and she was homeless, and she was prostituting, and they connected, Michael and her name was Raven, and they connected, and she really loved the play, and she said, I want to help, and I want to know what I can do to be involved. And just a couple months later, she was found dead in Hollywood. She had been murdered and found wrapped in a blanket and left in an alley. And
please tell me they caught whoever did that.
Oh, they did. But then the other girl that had come with her, her name was Shauna, just shortly after that, she was 19, she was found dead out in Bakersfield. Oh my God. So Michael said, this is, you know, the play is great, but it's not enough. So how do we get this message out to more people? So
that kind of morphed into a PSA, is that right?
It did. So, and the mission was to go out for a weekend. So
to
literally
shoot a public service announcement about
yes, little, 2 minutes. We're going to put it on the internet. We're going to get it out there and give back. So that 2 minutes started about 7 years ago. So yeah.
And you created a documentary out of it?
Exactly. It became this, which is American Street Kid here. Yeah, for sure.
We'll hold it up for a long time so we can get a good shot of that. American Street Kid is a documentary.
Yes, it is.
And give us some highlights of that.
Oh my goodness. Well, you know, again, it started as the PSA, but then the kids started reaching out for help, and then Michael got more involved in helping the kids than he was in, you know, making, filming. Yes, okay. Yes, and so the story essentially becomes about that, and him and the kids, they create this bond. So it morphs sort of from like a typical documentary into a story about friendship and family. Because that's really what these kids need.
And do these kids become family to each other?
Oh, yes, and to Michael over the course of making the film, and still they're family.
And from that came the nonprofit organization, right?
Exactly.
Everything is all intertwined.
Yes.
Spare Some Change came out of that.
Spare Some Change.
Keep rolling forward.
Yeah, and
so do you literally like just ask people for change? I mean, how does that work?
Well, change is good, but you know, bigger checks are even better.
Or are you talking about like spare some change, like let's change? Okay, all right.
Change
it's not
is
necessarily like
both is good. Both is good.
Right. Of course, you need the money to create change, but the word change is about changing.
Not money that rolls.
Right.
In order
to, I like that. I think
I can't claim that one for myself. I wish I could.
Right. No, but yes, it is about creating change for homeless youth, and I think a lot of what Michael and our team learned over the course of 7 years in making the film is what led us to the organization, I should say. Because what these kids really need is the one-on-one.
So yeah, what do you guys do with that organization?
One-on-one mentoring is really.
Where are you located?
We're in Los Angeles. Yeah, we're in Los Angeles, and we're a small organization to start right now, but we're building. So we're just expanding our board, and we've got board members all over the country now.
So you're a very young organization.
Yes, we are young.
How young?
We a couple years, 3 years.
Okay.
3 years officially as our own organization, but we were fiscally sponsored before that.
That's great.
So about 5.
Okay.
About 2 years into the documentary, we created our own organization.
What's the goal? What's
the goal?
End goal.
Obviously, the goal is to get kids off the streets, but I think a lot of what we learned was getting kids off the streets is not enough, because it really is all about the healing. It's about a family unit. It's about support and having a one-on-one person that you can rely on, and about the healing, because you know, you can give a kid a house, and you can give them food, and you can give them a sweatshirt, but that is not going to fix.
It's not the healing part, sure.
No.
How do people reach out to you?
AmericanStreetKid.com or SpareSomeChange.org.
Michelle Kaufer, thank you so much.
Thank you so much
for your work and coming on the program.
Thank you so much for having me. It means a lot. Thank you.
All right.
Thanks.
Coming up,
we are going to
Have the taste of sunrise.
I know, and I love that Taste of Sunrise. We
I
have
was
Chef
nervous
Marla McKee.
Yeah, Marla McGee. Yeah,
on
straight out of Orange County.
Orange County, the
Not
OC,
Compton. Orange
the
County,
OC.
yeah, the OC. And she's going to make a special salad. And I was a little nervous about that
'cause
at
you don't
first.
like the
I'm
greens,
not
but
about the
But
vegetation.
you started hearing about all the little things, and
And
she's gonna
now
share it
I'm
with
like
us.
salivating. I can't
Exactly.
wait.
Next.
Coming up.